Welcome to a happy show known as the Tough Crowd Show. Tonight we're here talking about this new book called The Faith of George W. Bush. It talks about his conversion to born-again Christianity, and apparently it's a big expose and scandal that he uses his Christianity in the country. Only in this country does a guy go from being a cokehead to a religious creep, and it's a negative thing. All right, look, people are worried. Well, a lot of people are saying Bush's Christianity might creep into his policy. Do you know anyone whose worldview doesn't creep into their decisions? Stupid. Here's what I say. In my opinion, if you try to say that somebody's not qualified for their job because of their religion, isn't that you violating separation of church and state? Yeah, I'm not stupid. And I'll tell you something else. And it's not like I'm defending fundamentalist Christians. I don't particularly care for them because I'm pro-abortion and anti-supercuts. But I just think that that doesn't mean the other side is evil, just because I feel that way. Now, CBS has pulled the Reagan miniseries. As usual, the conservatives and the liberals are both showing their awful double standards. On the one hand, I feel like the conservatives, it's payback for the way they did Clinton on that, and that was wrong. On the other hand, to say you're politically unbiased and then cast Barbra Streisand's man, James Brolin, as Reagan, yeah, that's not a message of where that movie might go philosophically, right? Now, in the interest of the artistic expression amendments that our forefathers died for, a new porn star reality show is coming on. And if you think people on Fear Factor eat disgusting things, wait till you save that moan for the end of this. Wait till you see that pretty but learning disabled runaway taking a trachea full of failed musician DNA. Folks, thank you very much. Got a lot of the boys from Boston. I've wanted to say this for a long time, guys. I'm glad you're all here. Sweeney, Gavin, Tingle. Nick, you're a guinea bastard. What are you going to do about it?
Hey, I'm half Italian.
He's half Italian, too, Carl.
Half Italian.
No, you're not.
Yes, he
now,
is.
Listen.
We can take him, Nick.
Tell him
you're right. You're half Italian.
Half Italian.
Well, that's a good way to take my great thing, which the crowd was kind of half into, and just crumble it with your literal stupid ass.
Wait a minute, one Italian versus 4 Irish? That's about right. Okay.
Oh, typical wop bringing a knife to a gunfight.
All right. A former Pakistani prisoner is suing the U.S. and Pakistan, claiming he was mistreated and illegally held at Guantanamo Bay for the last year. What responsibilities does the U.S. have in his treatment of POWs? Nick?
None. No, they do. There's a responsibility, but it's none of my business what the military does with these prisoners, right? After all, when they get captured, they were defending a government that, approves stoning women, cutting off hands. So, if we have to hook Abdul's nuts up to a car battery to refresh his memory on where the terror cells are, I don't really have a problem with it. Their number one responsibility is protect my ass and the people that live in this country.
Well, wait a second. I don't think you're Italian. That's not an Italian statement. First of all, we're defending the United States of America.
That explains it.
You can't defend American principles overseas and say we're supposed to be bringing democracy to these countries, Afghanistan, Iraq, and then when you find somebody in there in a battle, maybe they didn't have anything to do with the battle. These people, well, they got invaded. They just would be hanging out at their house one day, and the Americans show up and they get caught up in it. They get brought over there, and you can't be torturing.
Jimmy.
Wait a second. You can't be torturing people with American taxpayer money.
Minute, Jimmy.
You use your own money.
I pay my taxes, and that's what I want it used for.
Right. Hey, Jimmy.
You want to torture people?
Well, if it's going to protect my wife and my...
How do you know?
Did I say my wife?
How do you know the guy had anything to do with
That was a
this?
mistake.
You don't even know if the guy had to do with it.
Hey,
What they're
Jimmy.
doing to these people is a travesty. You can't take people and not give them trials, not give them lawyers. What are you kidding me? Are we in America or are we in the former Soviet?
Do I get to speak here?
Go ahead.
Are we in the former Soviet Union?
Go ahead there,
What do you
Fisher.
want to do? Give them a big hug and send them to Cambridge, Jimmy? Understand how they feel and then find out if they're really with the Taliban? No blood for oil.
Maybe find out if they're guilty or not first.
We don't have time. We don't have time. They're killing people.
First of all, if you're torturing people, Colin, right? You'll say anything. If someone hooks your balls up to a car battery, you go, yeah, I'm with the Taliban.
That's true,
But you might not be the right guy. That's my point.
But the point is, don't you think it's in a little bit bad taste that this guy, I don't know what happened to him, but apparently his balls were not hooked up to a car battery. On the same day that Jessica Lynch, we find out what happened to her, and this guy's going to sue us. She's not going to sue their government. I mean,
we're
it's a
giving
little
these
weird.
guys. We're
Wait
giving
a
these
second.
guys.
What
hold on.
happened to Jessica
Hey,
Lynch was a travesty. You can't do this. She was raped by, apparently she was raped by the
Now, are
Iraqis.
we assuming someone doesn't want their balls hung up to a car?
But you can't do
Because
the
some
same
people
thing.
enjoy that. Now, where's the
It's
liberty
true.
there?
It's going to be the new, yeah. All right, let's talk about this. New book out, The Faith of George W. Deals with how deep his Christian convictions run. Bush previously told a prominent television evangelist, I feel like God wants me to run for president. I can't explain it. I sense my country is going to be in trouble. Something's going to happen. I know it won't be easy on my family, but blah, blah, blah. So he said this before 9/11. Should a politician's faith influence his politics, Jimmy? How could it not?
How could it not? I agree with you. I mean, everything influences a politician.
Everything influences
Their faith,
everybody.
where they grow up, what schools they went to, and I'm with you on that. I mean, if the man's living a Christian life and he thinks it's going to help, you know, I mean, if that's where he's coming from, he changed his life around from going from alcohol and drugs into Christianity. The point is, if you're going to say that, then your policy's got to reflect the principles of Christianity.
Which they do.
Which they do not.
They do.
The guy was the
he gave
governor.
$60 billion to charities through the government,
Okay.
and you guys are pissing and moaning about it.
Wait a
You know,
second.
you say
Wait-
he gives tax breaks to the rich. Now he's helping out the poor, and you're pissing and moaning about it. What does this guy do?
That's good that he is pissing him on. That's good that he is giving money to charity. But Nick, the guy signed. He said Jesus Christ was his favorite philosopher during the campaign. I say that's great. The guy signed 52 death warrants as governor of Texas. So my question. Wait a second. Wait a second. So my question is, what would Jesus Christ say about the death penalty? And my further question is, if Jesus was here today and running for public office, would the Christian coalition vote for him?
Well, can I...
What would Jesus?
Wait. Let Don Gavin say something.
No, actually, he says in the book, Bush says that he is on a mission from God.
Right.
So apparently he's the third Blues Brothers. You know, I can figure it out.
God told me.
And I was there.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, you were puking
No,
into a
he-
toilet on
no.
drugs.
God is got this vocation thing, apparently. So, this is national television, right?
Sort of, yeah.
Sort of.
Between the History Channel and the Food Network.
Right. Well, I'm just going to be honest. God told me to go myself.
I'd rather have God tell him how to do his foreign policy than, Cheney.
I agree with you. The problem is, he's listening to Cheney.
Show some bipartisanship and don't leave me alone with these people. We'll be right back. More of these high school football hijinks. 6 players from New Jersey were suspended for saying to a Jewish teammate, we're going to throw you in the oven, you Jew, or something like that. They said they were going to put him in the oven. Now, we always complain that schools lack discipline, so here's discipline. Don't screw around. What do you guys think? Does anyone feel like this is overreacting, underreacting?
Yeah, I think that the officials sent their letter out saying, I hope that this teaches the hops, and the other guys a few lessons. Actually, I don't know. I'm not sure. I think we're so worried about things now, about PC, politically correct. You can't tell blonde jokes. I mean, when I was playing high school ball, and this is from who I thought was a superior at that time. He said to me, he said, Mick, you lazy bastard, get the potatoes out of your ears. And this was from Brother Francis. I was at a Catholic school. I mean, that's silly.
Is there more to that story in the locker room? Or is
Well,
that
there's a little more, yeah. When you get an hour, we'll talk.
Francis.
Let me do my impression of a Jewish quarterback.
Want me to get out?
$29.99. $15.99.
It's a markdown. That's all.
I think we got to suspend Nick.
But can we stop this craziness? A few remarks like that in the locker room is not going to lead to the next Holocaust.
Well,
Let's cut the rap.
can I say something?
Yes, sir.
I think we should take his balls.
Hook him up to a car.
No,
Here's the thing,
Jimmy.
right?
All right.
I think, personally, that these guys should get suspended, right? But I don't think they should just sit home on Sunday and watch football. When they
For the whole
no,
season,
they're freshmen. They're freshmen, okay?
For the whole season?
They're going to
Sure
send a
are.
message about prejudice
So
in
you're
this
not a-
country.
you're not
Let me
for
tell you
free
something.
speech.
Let me just tell you about
Free speech, First Amendment,
I'm not,
free speech.
I am in favor of free speech, right? But I'm not in favor of picking on a kid because of his religion. I'm not in favor of that. And I think these kids are 14 years old. They don't know right from wrong. But suspending them from a football game is the right thing to do. But they shouldn't just. They should be taking them to the Holocaust Museum so they can educate them about what the tragedy of the Holocaust was. So these people will know exactly what was going on.
Obviously.
And to realize.
But they did know. They said, we're going to put you in the ovens.
Right.
So they already knew.
But they're 14 years
But I'm
old.
saying they're educated. They knew they were.
Well, then take them to Doc Call and see the real of
But
it.
you're saying it's the kids, the parents. One of the parents was quoted as saying, he said, you know what, the kid heard it a lot and he kept it coming back. He must be a glutton for punishment. Now, that's not the problem with the kids. It's the parents are not telling their own
Well,
kids
they
stuff.
should put the parents' balls.
There you go. All right.
You can be prejudiced and not even know it. I'll give an example. You're talking about heritage, right? I'm half Italian. I always thought the other half was Irish, English, Scottish, Swedish. 4 years ago, my aunt on my father's side told me, on my father's side, we were all English. I said, English? I don't even like the English. I said, the English, the most prejudiced, bigoted, hypocritical people on the face of the planet. The Englishman has given the white man a bad name. And my point is, I found all this anti-English bigotry coming out of me, aimed at people who I perceive to be prejudiced, and I realized I hate myself.
But you're Irish. You're supposed to hate the English. You're from Boston. All right, look. Let's talk about the
And I should be suspended, is what I'm trying to
Let's
say.
talk about the CBS miniseries
shouldn't.
that Reagan they pulled off the air. They said conservatives gave him pressure, blah, blah, blah. Now, the whole thing, is this censorship? I mean, I don't know.
Republicans complained that it was not an honest portrayal. It is a movie. It's a TV show. Planet of the Apes. There was a lot of in there, too, that wasn't true. All right? I'm sorry,
But,
you know?
yeah.
It's a movie.
But it's not
and the
just a movie,
Republicans
it's
said, you know what, if they
autobiographical.
show it every 10 minutes, they flash a thing saying, this is a TV show. Well, if I'm watching TV, maybe I have a longer attention span than most Republicans, but I kind of know that after 10 minutes, I'm still watching
No,
TV.
but, you know, there's autobiographical. We all know that when it's about somebody, it's autobiographical.
Well, you know,
Let's
they're
not
talking
pretend it's all
about
fiction.
distorting history. When the Three Stooges went back to Rome, remember when they were playing with the clay pots? They didn't speak Latin, they spoke English. CBS, that's supposed to be reality? All these fat guys with beautiful wives, is that reality?
I blame CBS for creating a show on a historical figure and making stuff up. The guy had a fascinating life. You don't have to make stuff up. It's Ronald Reagan. The guy was the president during the Cold War. I mean, here's a guy, you know, why he makes
Did you vote for him?
Now,
No,
this sounds
but
like-
I didn't
wait.
vote for him because he said he thought ketchup was a vegetable. So how can you, I mean, why make stuff up if the
not-
guy's doing things?
That's true.
I mean, come on.
Now, you notice Nick didn't throw back the football? You know, your people really think they get a lock on white football, and I've had it with you. Boys, lose that stupid half Italian story of yours, and let's go get him. I'll never have this chance again. You know, folks, money is not the root
Save
of all evil.
balls, will you, Carl?
Not
Just
watching
once.
commercials is. So you watch these, I'll scratch my balls while you watch these commercials. All this week, we've been having a little fun at the expense of some of our regular comics when we secretly filmed them during a tough crowd fake photo shoot. So tonight, we continue with our third installment. Take a look. Our five comics thought it was a publicity shoot for Comedy Central, run by our beautiful photographer, Ellen. What they didn't know was that there were a few other cameras in the room, behind mirrors and in the ceiling. Sorry, boys. Tonight, we take a look at Keith Robinson. All right, now, Keith, the first few days, Norton showed what a phony, fake spiritual idiot he is, and Patrice showed what a cheap chiseler he is for trying to get pictures taken from her. Now, you're the first one that goes right for the money, as we say. You know, you went right after the ladies, and you know what? This is important. Let's watch this first.
What do I do?
Be yourself.
Be myself? Take off my pants?
Makes you happy. If you want
Really would make me happy.
to. Yeah, I like that pointing at me.
You like that?
Yeah. A lot of interaction with me if you want to like yell at me.
I don't want to yell at you. You see a beautiful lady, you don't yell at her.
Well, if if it's good for the picture, yes. You
Well, you don't have to yell like that. I love you.
Okay.
Can I yell at him? I love you!
Yes, you can yell that. Do it one
love
more time.
you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, now again.
I love you! Oh, I love you. Yeah. Huh? Who's the perv now?
You're a Scorpio, of
That's
course.
right, of course I'm a perv.
It's all about the pelvic area.
That's right. All 14 inches of love!
Maybe like a little hand gesture towards me.
Well, what I most like about you, beautiful eyes.
Thank
So
you.
beautiful. But I like eyes. I like looking in eyes. That tell a lot. I can tell everything by looking in the eyes. You know, I just move people, man. I've always been a guy that moves a lot of people. That's what I do. That's why I could have even been an evangelist or a comedian. God was here on the 5th day, but things happen. Certain things that you look at in your life. I think the Lord called me to do comedy.
Okay, all right. Now the photo shoot's over. Watch the clock and look how long he decides to put the full court press on this one. Ready?
You got a little tonguey thing going on there, and no boyfriend.
No, I just got broken up with. You're gonna be my therapist?
Yes, I'm gonna help you out.
No.
I'm gonna help you out. I don't usually do this for everybody,
No.
but I'm gonna help you out.
I have a perfectly good friends I could talk to.
No, no, no. You need this help. This help is help. You don't understand how good this help is gonna be. This is gonna cure you for years to come.
No.
Yeah, I'm seeing in eyes. You know, I got it. You don't understand how much I understand. You don't understand how much I understand.
But
I'd be the greatest of all time. Here's what I'm saying to you. I'm helping you, sweetie. Now, my nightly sessions. Bottle of wine. It only lasts for 2 hours, though.
no.
3 hours.
No.
4.
How about 0? Negative.
We could be good friends, you know. At midnight. No, I'm joking.
I don't think so.
I'm joking, man.
See now, I know a lot of women watch that and they go, "Oh my God, how great!" Every young guy out there, you're just starting to meet girls. That's the
where you're
way it's
supposed to
done,
go.
baby.
You're damn right.
You don't go till they boot you out the door. Well, all comments on Monday. We'll take a look at what they have to say about each other. We'll be right back. That's the way it's done.